Now, so everybody keep reading. Next concept which we are going to study is what is the next concept?
Acceleration.
Acceleration. So take whatever the pen I want. I like this pen. Let us write. So the next concept which we are going to see is acceleration. So let us understand what is acceleration, and we will make it. So first of all, just quick revise one cap. So what do you mean by speed? Formula. Speed is equals to fastly. Speed is equals to fastly, everybody.
Distance by time.
Same way. Velocity is equals to fastly. Yes, please.
Displacement by time.
Displacement by what?
Time.
Clear? So, but both we all knows, both what is the units? Meter per second. Yes or no? Yes,
Yes, sir.
that is what. So that is what the units. Now observe very carefully. So acceleration. Acceleration, let me take now. A body is in uniform motion. In uniform motion, if you have taken, how the body is moving? Graph, can you tell me? How the graph of uniform motion?
Straight, sir.
Straight line. We all people are very familiar with the uniform motion graph. So graph will be in what? Everybody? Straight line. X or no?
Straight.
X-axis, it will be time, and y-axis, it will be what? Displacement or distance. Let me take displacement only. So if I take displacement means, what is this graph actually? I'm drawing displacement versus time. Definitely it is a graph for what? Velocity.
Velocity.
Velocity. Clear, everybody? So in a uniform motion, all of you observe very carefully, in a uniform motion, the velocity of a body remains constant and does not change with the time. Is it okay, everybody? In a uniform motion, are you clear? The velocity of the body is remains constant and does not change with the time. Change with the what? Time. Now observe. But if you observe the non-uniform motion, what about the non-uniform motion? Everybody tell me. We all people knows. Non-uniform motion. What will happen? Is it the velocity? Is it same? The body, is it covering equal displacements or unequal displacements? Everybody respond. In
Unequal displacement.
a body does not cover equal displacements in equal interval of time. Does not okay cover equal displacement. I'm talking about displacement, so I'm speaking about velocity or speed. Everybody, displacements in equal intervals of time. So that is why we can say in this case velocity is constant or velocity is not. Everybody should respond. In non-uniform motion, does not cover equal displacements in equal interval of time. Means you tell me, is the body is having the same velocity or velocity changes in different interval of time?
Velocity changes, sir.
Velocity changes in different interval of time. Is it right or wrong? Am I correct, everybody? Mr. Darshan, Alfin, Agalya. So in non-uniform motion, what will happen? It will never cover equal displacements in equal interval of time. So I will say the velocity of the body changes in different interval of time. Will you all accept it? Please respond, everybody. So I'll say that,
Sir.
as it is not covering the equal displacements in equal interval of time, velocity of the body changes in different interval of time. Will you all agree with me, Mr. Lingesh? In non-uniform motion, yes or no?
Sir, it is same in the non-uniform velocity.
Velocity. That's what I'm saying, Mari. Non-uniform velocity, because displacement is not covering. So if you observe here, the change in this velocity of the body for unit time, for a given period of time, how much velocity changes, that is only called as acceleration. Do you all understand, everybody? The rate of change of velocity of a body is only called as acceleration. All of you remember? In a non-uniform motion, body does not cover equal displacement in equal interval of time. Till here, any doubt? Anybody can ask me. Are you all clear, everybody? Yes, please respond. All of you?
I can't understand the definition of acceleration.
Understand. In a non-uniform motion, body does not cover equal displacements in equal interval of time. Is it clear or not? Yes, please. Yes or no, Mari? Now, let me I'll take for example, non-uniform motion. Mr. A point to B point, of course, it is, let me take 5 meters. It will cover in 5 seconds. Now, can you tell me what is the velocity here? Velocity is equals to displacement by time, which is equals to, fastly, others also tell me, 1 meter.
1 meter.
Next, from B to C, it is around 10 meters. Again, it is covered in 5 seconds. So what is the velocity? Velocity
2 meters per second.
10 meters divided by 5 seconds, which is equals to 2 meters per second. Is it yes or no? Everybody? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Please.
It's
Like that. That is what it is. So then I can say this body is said to be in what? Uniform motion or non-uniform motion? The body is in what motion? See that. Unequal.
Uniform, sir.
Yeah. It is covering distance, cover unequal, does not cover equal displacements in equal interval of time. So time is having same, but displacement is not same. So this body
Differs.
is to be in uniform or
Non-uniform.
motion. All of you, please.
Non-uniform.
It is said to be in non-uniform motion. Is it okay, Mari? Till here clear? Mr. Lingesh, Kishore, all of you. Anyone having doubt? Let me know. Clear, guys?
sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Now, if you observe very carefully, acceleration means not about displacement and time, velocity. How much velocity of the body is changing for a given time? That is what acceleration. For example, Mr. Kishore is traveling in a car with a velocity of at a point A. At a point A, his velocity is, let me take 3 meter per second. Sariyatami, everybody clear? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Now, I will give you the 5 seconds time. What is the time given? Time is equals to how much I have given? 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Now, his velocity become 10 meter per second. Do you understand it? Before 5 seconds, his velocity is what? Let me take this is V1. V1 is 3 meter per second. After 5 seconds, what is his velocity? Everybody, what is his velocity?
10 meter.
10 meter per second. In a given period of time. What is a given period of time?
5 seconds.
Time. 5 seconds. So this is only called as acceleration. The change in velocity of a body per a unit time. Change in velocity of a body per unit time is only called as, what is that new term we used to call, all of you? Acceleration.
So then what is the acceleration now?
I am saying you must understand. Now see, everybody. So all of you observe very carefully. I think somebody is making noise. Yeah. Please. Sure. Always like this. Now observe very carefully. You are driving, your driving started with 0 meter per second. Initially you started. What is your velocity? Everybody tell me. Let me take V1. V1 which is
0 meter per second.
0 meter per second. Means your body is said to be in state of rest or state of motion. Everybody, state of rest.
State of
Now you
rest.
started your car. After 1 second, your car velocity become, your car speed or velocity, whatever it is came to 10 meter per second. Do you all clear? So how much time it has been taken for you to
1 second.
increase your
1
car
second.
speed from 0 to 10 meter per second? Everybody.
1 second.
Next within 2 seconds, your car speed become 40 meter per second. Do you understand, everybody? Your car speed become what? 30 or 40. Let me take 30 meter per second. Now, to increase this velocity from 10 to 30 meter per second, what is the time taken by your body for your car?
2 seconds.
2
2
seconds.
seconds.
You understanding? So have you noticed that velocity changes from 0 to 10, 10 to 30. So for a given time period, That is only called as acceleration. The rate of change of velocity of a body. How the velocity of a body changing in a given unit time is only called as acceleration. Now you understand, Mr. Sanjay, Mr. Mari, Pranav, Sangamitra, we understood or not? Please respond.
Yes.
Change in velocity in a given period of time. Suppose
Sir, then in this 2 seconds and 1 second are the acceleration, sir.
no, it is the time. For a given time, I will write the formula, then you will understand, Mari. In a given time, the velocity changes from 10 meter to 30 meter per second. In a given time, the velocity changes from 0 meter per second to how many meter per second? Yes, please.
10 meter per second.
10 meters per
So, from this, I will say the definition. The rate of change of, please remember, rate of change of velocity of the body. Velocity of a body is known as, what is to call, everybody? Known as acceleration.
acceleration.
Acceleration. Or I can say acceleration is defined as, R option you can write, defined as the change in velocity, understand very carefully, change in velocity. Read this definition very carefully. You not understand the rate of change, but you can understand this. Change in velocity of a body per unit time. Mathematics, what is the meaning of per? Per means what? Division or multiplication? Per
Division, sir.
division. Understand?
Division.
Now, can you tell me the formula for acceleration from this? Let me see who will say. Acceleration is equals to, from the second definition, you can say, it is there in the screen itself.
Sir, velocity taken divided by the time taken to
Change in
change the
velocity,
velocity.
Mari, see here, not velocity. Change in velocity per how much time?
Time taken for
For
change.
the time taken.
Per change. Understand, Sanjay? Now Sanjay is understood very well. Clear, Sanjay? Yes, that is what. Are you understand, everybody? So now see, 0 meter per second to 10 meter per second is the change in velocity. How much time it has been taken to change that velocity? Everybody respond. Sangamitrai, Agalya, Shivani. What is the time taken?
2 seconds.
1 second.
1
Then
second, yes, sir.
10 meter per second to 30 meter per second. What is the time taken?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. That is what. So acceleration means, from this formula, tell me, what is the acceleration means?
The
Change
change in velocity
Change in velocity divided
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 by
by the
time taken.
per unit time.
Time taken for changing velocity.
Change.
Understanding? Understand, Mari? For change in velocity.
Yes,
Clear? Everybody? Need out?
sir.
Please respond. All of you. Understood or not? All of you. So now you remember, whenever in our definition, if you get a rate indicating with respect to time, with respect to whom? With respect to time. Please remember that. Whenever you get a with rate of, it is indicating with respect. Okay, guys. Sure. Understood? Please mute when you are not speaking.
Yes, sir.
So rate indicating with respect to, that is what you have to remember. So acceleration means, what is the definition? Fastly. Acceleration is defined as the
Acceleration is defined as the change in velocity of a body per
time. Clear? So that is what. Now, let me take, in this case, let me again take, if Mr. Silas is traveling in a car, he started with a rest or whatever it is. So he is starting initially with some velocity. So I will take, if he started with u is the initial velocity. What is the velocity of him? Everybody?
u.
Velocity, initial velocity of Mr. Silas is u. Mr. Silas, are you there in meeting? U is your initial velocity.
Yes, sir.
Now, after some time t, his velocity becomes something. It may be x, y, z, whatever it is. So that velocity we used to call as what? Final velocity. After certain time, its velocity increases from where? It's become final velocity, which will represent with the v. Clear, everybody? Initial velocity with the u, final velocity with what? Everybody? With the v. In a given period of time t. Now, observe very carefully. Change in velocity means. Can anybody tell me what is change in velocity means? Now observe the Silas case and tell me. Change in velocity means what?
Sir,
Final
initial velocity minus.
Final velocity minus always initial velocity. Is it okay, Mari?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Final velocity minus initial velocity is change in velocity. So now you modify the formula and tell me acceleration. Shivani, please respond. What is the acceleration formula? Fastly.
Sir, final velocity minus initial velocity per time taken for
Time
change in
change in velocity. Okay.
velocity.
Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken to change that velocity. Is it okay, guys? All of you respond. Are you all understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gokul Raj,
Yes, sir.
Kishore, that is what. Now, final velocity we represented. Acceleration will represent with the symbol called as A. A is equals to. Can you tell me what is the final velocity symbol we have taken? V.
T minus U.
Yeah. Initial velocity we have taken U divided by time taken T. So this is the acceleration formula. Acceleration is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. Is it okay, guys? Is it okay, guys? Everybody, are you all clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Anybody can ask me. Clear?
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
what. So A represents what here? What is A represents?
Acceleration.
Acceleration. That is what you have to remember. Is it okay, guys?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, will a body acceleration, will a body decreases its speed, then it would be acceleration.
Then it is also called as acceleration, but negative acceleration called as retardation. We'll study Sanjay now. Okay, wait.
Fine, sir.
Yeah, understood, Sanjay? So yeah, now units of acceleration. Very careful. Units of acceleration. We'll study Sanjay now. Negative with the examples when we are solving, you'll understand it. Is it okay, Sanjay? Purima? Okay, wow. That is. So units of acceleration. So what is the formula of acceleration? A is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity. So everything is same divided by time period. So what is the velocity formula? Yes, please. Anybody? What is the units of velocity? Respond. Velocity units I want.
Meter per second, kilometer per hour.
Yeah, meter per second is the units of velocity divided by what is the units of time? What is the units of time? Seconds.
So hours and
Okay.
seconds.
Yeah, seconds. If I'm taking here meter per second, here also seconds, Mari. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now tell me, anybody. So what will come? Meter per second per second. How it will write? Anybody? Meter per second into
Canceling
How
second and second.
cancellation, Mari? Be careful. How we will cancel? It is meter per second divided by yes second. So second nothing is there means by one. So
Meter per second square, sir.
second. Understand, Mr. Mari? It's not second. Second will
Yes,
get
sir.
cancelled. Meter per second into second what, guys? 2 into 2, 2
Second square.
Yes into yes what? Second square. So read that now, everybody. How to read this one? How to read this?
Meter per second square.
second square. What is the unit? Meter. Meter per second square. Second square. That is what is the unit of what? Yes, please. Yes, everybody. Unit of what, guys? Yes, a unit of
Acceleration.
acceleration. Sangamitra Purima, meter per second square. Next,
Kilometer
Mari, but
per
kilometer per hour square also we can write, but we basically will never use acceleration that. Cjs unit is, can you tell me Cjs unit of acceleration? Anybody?
centimeter by
Centimeter
per second square.
second.
5 seconds square.
Or you should not say by, you have to use per. Clear? Clear? Everybody? Agalya? Gokul Raj? Sailesh? Purima? What is the unit of acceleration? Fastly, Mr. Sailesh. What is the unit of acceleration? Pronounce. Meter per. Meter
Second
per second square. That is what you have to remember. Now you tell me. Velocity is a vector quantity or scalar quantity? We all people studied already. It's not distance but
Vector quantity.
vector quantity. Then if vector quantity, if velocity is a vector quantity, then what about acceleration? Acceleration is also.
Vector.
Yes, please.
Vector quantity, sir.
Acceleration is a vector quantity. So it has only magnitude or only both magnitude and direction?
Both
Both
magnitude
magnitude
direction.
and
As acceleration has a direction along the direction of change of velocity. As acceleration has a direction along the direction of what? Direction of change of velocity. Clear, everybody? Yes, Mr. Mari, Sanjay, Pranav. That is what you have to remember. Is it okay, guys? Yes, please. All of you, please respond. Now,
Yes.
if you notice it, this acceleration may be zero. Acceleration
0, positive, negative.
so yes, maybe zero or maybe positive or maybe what? It may be negative also. So let us discuss one by one. Are you all ready, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now, observe very carefully. A body traveling with a uniform motion. First case. When body has uniform motion, case one. When a body has uniform motion, be very careful. When a body has uniform motion, then the initial and final velocities are same or different? Everybody, the initial velocity is equal to final velocity. Careful, equal to final velocity. Is it okay, guys? Then you tell me initial velocity is equal to final velocity means, then what will happen? U is equals to V. So then what is the acceleration formula? Acceleration is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So in place of U, I can write V, or in place of V, I can write U. So I will write in place of V, I can write U. Oh, sorry, V only. So divide by time. V will get cancelled. 0 by time, which is equals to what, guys? Acceleration
0.
0. Understand, Sanjay? Understand, Mr. Darshan? Sangamitrai? So if a body has uniform motion means what is the acceleration of the body? 0. Clear? Because it will travel with the same initial and final velocities are same. Is it okay,
Sir,
guys?
I'm not clear. Can you explain again?
Yes, Mari. So as we all know, Mr. Sanjay, uniform motion means body is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. Yes or no? அது தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? Yes or no? Yes, Mr. Mari, Sanjay.
Sir, yes, sir.
Uniform motion means body is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. You understand or not, Mr. Sanjay? Suppose 5 meters, 5 meters, 5 meters. Time taken also 5 seconds, 5 seconds, and 5 seconds. Now, what is the velocity here? Can you tell me what is the velocity here? 1 meter per second. Here also velocity 1 meter per second. Here also velocity 1 meter per second. Let me take this velocity is initial velocity. This is the final velocity. Now subtraction you do. Final velocity minus initial velocity for a given period of time t. We don't know, the time is x. So let me take time is equals to x seconds. Forget about it. Now tell me what is the acceleration. 1 minus 1 divided by time is x. So 0 by anything. 0 by anything is what? Yes, please.
0.
0 meter per second.
Understand, Sanjay? Clear? If any body is in uniform motion, then its velocity remains constant. If velocity remains constant, then its acceleration is what? Everybody, its acceleration is 0. Puriyama, Puriyada? Tell me, guys.
Sir.
Understand, Mari?
Yes, sir.
Yes. That is what. Next. So let's start doing next question. Next. So acceleration is 0. I proved it. Acceleration is 0. Mr. Silas sleeping on. Taking the notes or not? Kishore, Lingesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. Again, not clear, Sanjay. Can you explain once again? Yes, Mr. Sanjay. Nothing.
Sir, I think so. His mic is getting into some problems.
okay. A point, see, A point, B point, and C point, and D point it is. So what is the uniform motion definition? Uniform motion definition means, tell me anybody, what is the uniform motion definition? A body covers
This covered in
equal
equal
displacement in
distance in equal interval of time.
interval of time. Then I will find the velocity V1 in this case, means distance displacement by time. 5 divided by 5, 1 meter per second. In this case, again velocity I found V2. Again it is 5 meter per second. Sorry, 5 by 5, which is equals to 1 meter per second. Here also 5 by 5, I calculated V3 velocity. It is also 1 meter per second. In every cases, velocity is same because body is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. Now I want to find from A to B or B to C, what is his acceleration? So you can see. So what do you mean by acceleration? Acceleration means change in velocity. So change in velocity for a given period of time. So what is the velocity from A to B? His velocity 1 meter per second. From B to C also 1 meter per second. So I am taking this is as a initial velocity and this is as a final velocity. So change in velocity means what? Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time period. Final velocity is 1. Initial velocity is also 1 divided by, let me take time is equals to, I will take it as a, for example, 2 seconds. Then I will take 2. So 1 minus 1, 0. 0 divided by 2. Anything divided by 0 divided by anything, which is equals to what? 0 only. Yes or now, guys? That's what I'm saying. If a body is in uniform motion, its acceleration is what? Yes, Mr. Sanjay, velocity is not changing. That's why I'm saying if the velocity is constant, then acceleration is 0. Do you understand? Clearer? If velocity is not changing, then acceleration is 0 because if no change in acceleration, no change in velocity, acceleration is 0. That's all it is. Are you clear? Purima, or else you can see, for example, you want, let me take everybody to understand. For example, Mr. Mari is traveling in a car with 30 meter per second. First, initial velocity. Initial velocity is how much? Everybody tell me. 30 meter per second.
30 meter per second.
After velocity, this is velocity. After 10 seconds, still he is traveling in the same 30 meter per second. His final velocity is also same 30 meter per second. Now, can you tell me what is his acceleration from before 10 seconds? Now, sir, now what is the acceleration? Acceleration equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So final velocity is 30, initial velocity is also 30, divided by time is what? 10, which is equals to 0 by 10, which is equals to how much, Agalya?
0 meter per second square.
If a body is traveling with a constant velocity or uniform velocity, or body is in uniform motion, what is the acceleration? Acceleration equals to? Oh, clear? Clear, Mr. Sanjay? Now I think you are clear. Next, case number 2. Acceleration is what? Positive or negative? Positive. Clear? Right. When the velocity of a body, velocity means what? Body is moving in a straight line or it is moving in a curved path or something. Velocity I'm talking.
Straight line.
Straight line. Be very careful. Velocity of a body. Whenever I'm speaking velocity, body is said to be in what? Body is said to be in straight line. Please keep it in mind. When a velocity of a body is increasing with the time, is increasing with the time, then who is greater? Initial velocity is greater or final velocity is greater? Everybody tell me. Final velocity is greater
Final velocity.
than the initial velocity. Initial velocity in a given interval of time. Sarya, Sailesh? Understood?
Okay, sir.
So means final velocity is greater than initial velocity. Is it okay, everybody? Yes, please respond. Then V is said to be what? Positive or negative? Yes, please.
Positive.
Positive. In this case, acceleration is equals to positive. Sorry, it is not equals to 0. It is greater than 0 or less than 0. Anybody can tell me? It will be acceleration is also greater than 0. And acceleration is said to be positive or negative? It is said to be
Positive.
positive. Let me take one example. Okay. Now, observe very carefully. Again, the same thing I'm taking. This time, let me take Mr. Kishore or else Mr. Lingesh I'll take. Mr. Lingesh is traveling with initial velocity. Suppose initial case, he is traveling with a 10 meter per second. And after time interval of t is equals to 5 seconds, his velocity increases to final velocity increases to 50 meter per second. See that when you are increasing the speed of a car, velocity of a car, we are putting accelerator or brake. Everybody, when you want to move faster, we put accelerator or brake. Everybody,
Acceleration.
accelerator. So if you put the accelerator, velocity increases or decreases? Velocity increases or decreases?
Increases.
Now find the acceleration of Mr. Lingesh. Acceleration of Mr. Lingesh is equals to final velocity of him by minus initial velocity divided by time taken. Final velocity of Mr. Lingesh is 50
The
meters.
time is 5 seconds, sir.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Clear? Yes.
8.
Yes. Initial
8
velocity
meter
10
per
meters
second.
per second divided by time is equals to 5 seconds.
Meter per second.
Yes.
8.
50 minus 10, which is equals to 40 meter per second, divided by time is 5 seconds, which is equals to 5 ones of 5 8. So 8 meter per second square. What is the acceleration of Mr. Lingesh? Lingesh, 8 meter per second. Do you all clear, everybody? Understood or not? Kishore, Sailesh, Pranav?
Yes.
Yeah, Shivani,
Sir.
understand Shivani? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
velocity is increasing, acceleration is positive. Next. Now, Mr. Lingesh want to stop the car. Stop the car means he wants to slow down the car. Now you tell me who is greater velocity? Final velocity or initial velocity? Case 3.
Initial velocity.
Velocity.
Yeah, that is what, right? In a body, when the velocity of the body, Mr. Lingesh, please mute yourself. Shivani, I think. Shivani, yeah, whomever it is. So when the velocity of a body decreases with the time, then you tell me final velocity is less or initial velocity is less?
Initial.
Final velocity is less than what? Less than the initial velocity. Is it
Initial
okay,
velocity.
everybody? Yes, please. Initial velocity in a given interval of time. Given interval of time. Now you tell me, V is greater or U is greater? Initial velocity is greater or final
U
velocity?
is greater.
Yeah. U is greater than V, or I can say V is less than U. Is it okay? Both are same. Okay, Lingesh? Shivani? Then you substitute in the equation.
Yes, sir.
We all know acceleration equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. Now, let me take now again, Mr. Lingesh is traveling with the 60 meter per second. His initial velocity is how much, guys? 60 meter per second. Suddenly, he has seen Mr. Kishore and he wants to pick up him. So, after 10 seconds, he has seen a Kishore and he wants to pick up him. So, his car has been slowed down to final velocity is 10 meter per second. What is that? He came to what? 60 meters to 10 meter per second. Means he apply the brakes or he applying the accelerator? By applying
Brake.
what? Silesh, by apply brakes.
Brake.
Now, Sanjay,
Huh?
understand? Yeah, Silesh understood. He is decreasing velocity. Sir, yeah. When you are
That is
traveling
10
with
meter
a
per
car,
second.
yes, 10 meter per second. Okay. Now, what is the acceleration, Silesh? Substitute final velocity 10, initial velocity 60, time taken to decrease 10 seconds. So 10 minus
Sir,
60, how much, guys?
5
Yeah, 5
square.
minus 5 minus 5. 10 minus
9
minus 50 divided by 10. So 10 ones are 10 fives are, which is equals to how much, guys? Minus
minus 5
Minus
second
5
square.
meter per second square.
acceleration is negative when velocity is decreasing. Do you all understand, everybody? Yes, please. All of you, please respond. So this negative
sir.
acceleration of the body is only called as retardation. Please remember that. Negative acceleration of the body is called retardation, or I can say also another name, I can say deacceleration. Do you all clear, guys? Negative
That is retardation as a DA.
retardation, DATION. Is it okay, Mari?
Yes, sir.
Surya? Yes, please. Everybody understood, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Understand? Yes. Next.
Completed.
Yeah, very good. Next, two things you have to remember. If write the 2 points, meeting is going to end, join back and we'll write the 2 points. That points is very important. Then tomorrow's class we'll study types of acceleration. Again, types of acceleration, two types. Uniform acceleration. Second one is what? Non-uniform.
Non-uniform or variable acceleration.
So uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. So now join back and we'll write two important points and we'll leave that. So meeting is going to end. Till here, any